this time the stories. Tonight we will tell the story of the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Prophet Nuh alayhi salam to earth 1000 years after sending the Prophet Adam alayhi salam. The population on earth has increased many folds by now. And by this time, the evil Satan had played his dirty trick with mankind. The people has started worshipping idols. And the name of the idol is Wad, Suda, Yatuk, and Nars. It was during this time that Allah sent another prophet to earth, Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, to guide the people back. But it was going to be an easy job for the prophet. Fear Allah and do what Allah says, shouted the prophet to everyone. But the people didn't want to listen. They shook their head and continued worshipping the idols. The prophet was an excellent speaker in was time too. Do you understand that it was Allah who created this world? It was Allah who created the sun, the moon, and the stars you see in the sky. Then why are you worshipping the idols? But the people turned their back on him, saying, "Who are you to us? You are just another man, and we think you are lying. Go away and leave us alone." But there were good Muslims on earth too, most of them weak and poor. They listened to the word of the prophet and realized they were committing a sin by worshipping the idol. Nuh alayhi salam continued preaching to the people for many years. He preached to them during the day and the night. You are no different from us. You are no prophet. You are just another man. And why should we listen to you? Should the idols worshipping? I am telling you the truth. You are committing a sin by worshipping the idol, shout the prophet. But the people didn't listen and they beat him. I fear for you, Allah is going to punish you one day, the prophet shouted them. But the people had no shame and they said, "He is fool, don't listen to him." One night, when the prophet was offering his prayer, Allah spoke to him. "Don't be sad, no, you have done what you were asked to. I am going to punish all the people on the earth for their wrongdoing. Everyone on earth is going to the example, the Muslim and the animals."
As the first step, Allah then asked the prophet to plant many trees. He also asked the good Muslims who listened to him to do the same. They did this for more than 100 years. After many years, Allah spoke to the prophet again. This time he asked the prophet to start building a ship. The prophet started making the ship. No one knows the size of the ship. Some say it had a length of 600 feet, and others it had a length of 2,400 feet. Whatever it was, the ship was sure going to be anything but giant. He crossed the mountains far away from the city and set out to build the ship. After many months, the ship was finally ready. One night, Allah told the prophet that he will start flooding the earth. His headship with the prophet had 3 different sections. They were 4 different types of animals. The first one was one was for birds, the second part was for humans, and the third part was for animals.
And one day, like God had told the prophet, water suddenly started coming out of the stove in his kitchen. When he went out, he saw that it had started raining too. Without wasting any time, he ran out and called all the young Muslims. He asked all of them to board the ship immediately. The disbelievers didn't understand what was going on, so they keep logging at their prophets. Everyone obeyed him except for one of his wife and son who are not his followers. A terrible flood broke out and the water levels began to rise rapidly. By now, people realized that what the prophet told them was true. The Prophet ﷺ that his wife and son with climbing a mountain to escape from the water, so he shouted to them, "Come and board the ship." But they ignored him and climbed to the top to the mountain. Then a hawk wave bigger than the mountain they stood on came and hit them, killing both of them. This enormous wave killed and other disbelievers as well. The prophet knew that they had to keep sailing for a long time.
All of them were living together, but the prophet faced a lot of trouble because of the rats. They were everywhere, running up and down, nibbling here. They were really the troublemaker. Then the prophet prayed to Allah, and it was then that Allah created the cats. The cats hunted the rats. The prophet then decided to send a crow to see if it could find land anywhere. But the crow didn't return at all. Then the prophet sent a dove in search of the land. The dove flew away, and after a few days returned with a branch of olive tree in the beak. The prophet and his family were really happy as they know that they were close to the land. The ship sailed for some time and finally reached on top of the Judy mountain. After traveling for more than 150 days, their journey had finally come to an end. The prophet and other Muslims came out of the ship, and the first thing he did was to put forehead to the ground in prostration. In that was a new beginning for the human race.